learning and sacrifice are the highest values in society. You can make money, but your social status will not be determined by money. That is why when Rishi Bhrigu and Bhardwaj sat together and said, what kind of society should we have? Bhrigu said, there are 4 sources of power: money, weapon, learning, or I should start with learning, weapon, money, land. These 4 should not be anyone, not more than one should be in the hand of one person. So those who have learning, they will not have wealth, they will not have weapons, they will not have land. And they will enjoy the highest social status in society, and they will be called Brahmins. Brahmins are not by birth. It is if you follow this discipline, that I will pursue learning, I will not pursue wealth, I will not keep weapons, and I will not acquire land. If you say that, then you are a Brahmin. Otherwise, what is the distinction when you are all the same DNA? How can you make a distinction? The Englishmen tried to make out there is some racial difference. And Karunanidhi and company swallowed that theory about Aryans and Dravidians. Karunanidhi thought all Aryans are Brahmins. And I pointed out to him that Ramchandraji was a Kshatriya, he couldn't understand. He used to worship for many years Ravan, but Ravan was a Brahmin. Does anybody know that? Yeah, Ravan was a Brahmin. He was a Samaveda Pandit. Of course, now Karunanidhi does not criticize, does not worship Ravana anymore. But he abuses Rama. That also he will learn the hard way. Once he criticized me for saying in Supreme Court that Rama Setu, he says how he can call it Rama Setu. How Subramaniam Swami is saying Rama Setu? Did Rama build it? Is Rama an engineer? Does he have an engineering degree? Next day he fell ill and he was admitted to Ramchandra Medical Hospital. So I wrote him a letter saying at least got MBBS Rama. Otherwise how you have Ramchandra Medical College? Anyway, so this was the original idea. Then Kshatriya. He had weapons, could run a big king, but he can't make policy on whether to go to war or not, whether to give capital punishment for an offense or not. Monarchs in other countries could do that, but not in India. He had to consult the Brahmin, and the Brahmin agreed. I mean, he had to go by his advice. You could make money, that was called the Vaishya caste. But money will not give you social status. Those who have land must produce for the land. Those who have money should engage in philanthropy, should give for society, should give for education, should give for institutional building. So like that, this whole thing was devised. There was a provision for what is called the untouchable. But their children were not untouchable. Valmiki parents were Dalits. But Valmiki was a Maharishi. Vedavyasa's mother was a fisherwoman. Kalidasa's was a hunter. Vishwamitra was considered Rishi of Rishis. His parents were Kshatriyas. So it got nothing to do with birth. Unfortunately, it's got associated with birth. Today somebody says, I'm a Brahmin, but he's executive director of Bata Shoe Company. No, that's not the job of a Brahmin. And there was no higher job and lower job. All jobs were equal. Dignity of labor. So I say, what does it mean? This thought first occurred to me when I came here as a student to get a PhD at Harvard. My classmate asked me, how can you Indians accept Mahatma Gandhi as your leader? I said, why? Americans will not accept such a leader. I said, Americans? If Mahatma Gandhi was an American, we would have put him in jail for indecent exposure. Why? He says, he is only wearing one cloth. How he can be leader? In our country, a leader has to be got suit, boot and all that. And he must be very well dressed, otherwise he will not be leader. Then the thought occurred to me, yes, millions are following Mahatma Gandhi, but he has got only one langoti. That is Sanatana Dharma. A man who gives up all these material wants, material trappings of wealth and so on, property, he is venerated. That we have lost, losing. So materialism has come. Now in Indian society, who has the biggest wedding? He has the most social status. I don't know, in America also NRIs are like that. Big, big weddings. Throw money. And they will say, oh, Ari, you know what a lucky fellow. He came as a coolie. And now he is a crorepati. So that became social status. And when money becomes